Heard it here first. Heard it here first. Ahrayah is not dead, according to family.
Then you just said he's not dead. I spoke to that IUIC group. Why would you speak to IUIC?
Yeah, no, he's not dead. I spoke to a deacon recently on the phone. We're going to be speaking to him in the morning. My uncle's name is Leonardo Sherrod. His brother's name is Samuel Sherrod. I'm his son from
Ahrayah Sherrod. That's true. Wait, can you go ahead and say what the rest of you were saying? What were you saying? Who else?
No, what I'm saying is that there was some information that was put out on Saturday of last week stating that he was dead. And I call him on Monday, and his wife Doris, and he's speaking in the background saying that he's alive. When I had that conversation with him, he said, I am alive and I'm not dead. I started calling around, looking at some videos, and there's so many videos online stating that he had passed away. He's not dead.
IUIC just did a video also indicating something similar, and I was able to confirm it looks like this is true. Heard it here first.
Shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Quadash, for giving the spirit to this video. Call him La, Allahaynawa, Abanawa, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honor to the elect elders of Israel everywhere. Strong salutations to you, brothers out there, the labor of sound doctrine and in sincerity. Yahweh Shai, welcome to the for elect and peace, blessing, salutations to the house of the elect. And pretty much like we got some good news, man. I saw this yesterday. I was excited. I was like, man, I hope it's true. And let me read my caption, man, because I posted this yesterday, right? I said, nah, let this be true. And all you niggas out there that was badmouth his name, that's your ass, right? The elder Ahrayah, according to the news, his family, Vocab had got some, some insiders, people that's close in the inner circle of elder Ahrayah's relatives, family, brethren, however you want to do it. The guy said he called Elder Ahrayah's wife, and he heard him in the background, and then he spoke to him and said, it's a lie, I'm not dead. And he said IUIC did something similar. Now, when he said IUIC, Vocab Malone said IUIC did something similar. I guess he was talking about Friday night, or it was Friday night when he was like, is the One West elder dead? Right, insinuating it's questionable is he dead or not? Because if he's dead, it's either yeah or nay. You know what I'm saying. So let's know he ain't dead. Now, Bishop Nathaniel with IUIC events, he did a video and said of the passing of his elder, but that video got taken down. So so he's alive. And the Apostle Hodges did this. So Elder Ahrayah is alive. So he ain't. You know what I'm saying? So. I put in the cash. I said, let this be true. So I said, let this be true. And all you niggas out there that was badmouth his name, that's your ass. Because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures say, fully examine the matter. Blame not, before I examine the truth. You see all you niggas out there, oh man, you see, it's going to be looking bad for you guys. A lot of you guys, man. Now, I had posted this, all right, Sirach 46:20, and after his death he prophesied and shewed the king his end, and lifted up his voice from the earth from prophecy to blot out the wickedness of the people. Now this is talking about Samuel. Now, since January, I perceived and the spirit was revealed to me, because I could never really figure out who. I was guessing it, kind of winging it, who Samuel would be in the reincarnation, the spirit back on the earth today. And some deep down in my spirit, the guy that I thought it was, he's an elder as well, and he a Levite as well, but his spirit didn't line up with Samuel's spirit. Just didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to force it. Like it was revealed to me. I perceived, and it was revealed to me through the spirit and power and namely how about Shema Shai, who Nathan the prophet is and who Gad the prophet is. I know who that, said it goes just right, and ultimately I asked him to show me, and he showed me that in the dream. Nathan the prophet is, and the prophet Gad. Those are the prophets that was around King David. Tell you that Nathan, after Samuel, Nathan the prophet rose up in his stead and prophesied on the time of David. But I could never figure out who was Samuel, you know what I'm saying? Then Ahrayah could never, like, what the, and last month, well, not last month, January, 2 months, January. I keep thinking it's February. No, it's March now. But in January, I was like, okay, it made sense. And then a month later, that is happening. Talking to town at Ahrayah, and and I'm like, oh, he died. Cause I was thinking that, this is my okay. I was like, okay, the Lord got El Ahrayah, the last pillar of when we're still alive, for the very reason for the raising the real King David, and that power being shown, him being allowed to see the reunion, all right, through King David, man. Speaking of Hosea 1, they shall be gathered together and appoint themselves one head. That one head is David, man. Say that in Ezekiel 37 chapter. Judah, the stick of Judah and the stick of Ephraim, appoint themselves one head, and the king, and David, my servant David, shall be king over them, even my servant David. That's So, El Ahrayah, I was like, okay, the Most High got him alive during that time. Kind of like with Simeon, when he prophesied, he pretty much blessed Mary. And that's what I believe. That's who Samuel, the Apostle Hart, believed that that spirit, Elijah and Samuel, that's the same spirit in John the Baptist. But it can't be, If Elder Bivens is Elijah, and if what I perceive through the Spirit, is like is revealing that, the Most High revealing that to me, the Elder Ahrayah Samuel, then that ain't the same spirit. I believe that Samuel came back in the time of Yahweh Shai as Simeon, that when the prophesied, said, when Yahweh Shai was a little baby, he prophesied to his mother Mary, said, this child is set for the rising and fall of many. When he blessed Mary and Yahweh Shai, her son, the Messiah Yahweh Shai, when he was a little infant. Or was it? He was like a little. He was little though. I believe that was Samuel. That had to be Samuel, man. That was Samuel. You see, I believe that was Samuel. It just makes sense that if you can receive it through the Spirit, the way Simeon, the way he said now I can go to, he said I have seen, I can go to my now I can rest, I can go to sleep. I can pretty much give up the ghost now, and I believe that's like the same state of Ahrayah. Ultimately, I believe Elder Ahrayah, he gonna come back. The Most High gonna bring him back. Gonna restore him as he was of old, but he gonna give him a double portion. So he gonna be how he was, but even better. All right, and he gonna be rolling with King David. Like I said, Samuel and David prayed for the destruction. I'll tell you that in 2nd Esdras. Okay. Salaki. Yeah, tell you that in Apocrypha and Esdras, Samuel and David pay for, so I believe that Elder Ahrayah is gonna pretty much witness the real, King David. The Lord said I have given him, talking about David, raising up David, I have given him a witness, a leader, and a commander to the people. You see? And that's neither here nor there. I'm not really going to try to dive deep into that, because actually I was doing this video and I was rambling a lot. And something happened in it, I had to end up redoing it. That's the Spirit of the Lord telling me, get to the point. I don't, say that for another video, whatever, however you want to do it. But what I'm saying is relevant to the video because, I'm explaining why I believe that he's Samuel, and with the point of, so I believe that Most High got him alive for Most High raising him King David, the ministry being elevated through the spiritual power, the miracles. Yahweh Shai said, you shall do these works and greater works than these shall you do. Set up the tabernacle of David, build up that church upon that rock. See, I ain't trying to ramble, but this is spirit that leads into all leads into that. I'm trying to keep it short. Him seeing pretty much the tabernacle. Really, that's what it's for. You had John. You had John. You had men like Simeon and men like John the Baptist's father. Zacharias. Then you had John the Baptist, and John the Baptist's disciples. And then you had Yahushua and his ministry. And then Yahushua prophesied of the tabernacle of David, the Apostle Peter's ministry, when he'll be coming back, you know, as the Most High raising him up as that one, you know, the one with the keys, man. You know, King David. You know, you see, you know, a lot of people can't see it, man. But it is what it is. But yeah, man. So I believe that at Ahrayah's prophet Samuel, that he's gonna see that he gonna be rolling with David. You know, David gonna, you know, he gonna be, his prophet Samuel gonna be, Ahrayah gonna be that old wise man, prophet, the one that was head, and then the Most High gonna raise up that, you know, you gonna have the old, which is the wisdom, and the young represent the strength of power. And it just makes sense, you know, Samuel and David. And then, you know, at Ahrayah seeing one west through King David, the Most High showing that power who he with. So straightening out the, you know, the doctrines, prepare the people for the Lord. Hosea the 1st chapter. They shall be gathered together and point themselves one head. You see? And then that one in west, and you got this guy Quam calls him, one in west, you know, but if you know, proceed through the scriptures, maybe you read Jeremiah 16 chapter, Hosea the 1st chapter, you know, and see where we at. You know, the scriptures, you know, Jeremiah 50 chapter tell you that toward the Judah and Israel was oppressed together. This is spiritual Egypt. All right. Now, ancient Egypt is the only place besides this captivity, was the only captivity where the 12 tribes were in captivity together. All the other captivities, they wasn't. And that's over here where? The land of the north. That's why the Lord said, it shall be no more said that the Lord lived that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but brought the children out of the land of the north. And what was the land of the north? Zechariah 2nd chapter, the land of the north is what, the daughter of Babylon. What's the daughter of Babylon? Daughter of Edom, who ought to be destroyed. Psalm 137. Over here, man. You know, aka America, the great whore. It's what Israel is, you know, the 12 tribes. Tell you that Jeremiah 50, Judah, Israel, person gathered in that captives held them fast, refused to let them go. We're over in the west. Our Hosea 1 said what? It says, where it said, ye are not my people, there shall it be sent to you, the sons of the living God. The Lord shall save Judah first. Judah, thou Judah, thou are in the neck. All right, thy hand are in the neck of thy enemies. You know, this is where, you know, this is where it says we are not his people, but there shall be saved with the sons of the living God. Over here in the west, over here in the land of the north, over here in America, man. All right, because this is where the grand stage at. Lord, eyes are Lord upon a sinful kingdom. Where's that? That's the daughter of Babylon. That's the land of the north. This is where the 2/3 and the 1/3 is at. You have to elect on the four corners of earth, but this is where the main stage is at. This is where that kingdom, this is where the Most High gonna blow this place to smithereens, where this place ain't gonna have no remedy afterwards. It shall never be inhabited ever again. So this that west, this that one west would have said, ye are not my people, but there shall be says the sons of the living God. And Judah, it says Judah, the children of Judah and children of Israel shall be gathered together and point themselves one head. This that one west. If you can receive it through the spirit, man. So what the fuck you talking about? We're supposed to be going to the east, but that's all good because Most High still got Elder Ahrayah, which is the prophet Samuel. King David gonna be risen, and that's the tabernacle. When niggas talk about the house of David, no, it's the tabernacle of David. It's gonna be that tabernacle. You see, and then at Ahrayah, he gonna pretty much fulfill what he gotta do. Most High gonna restore him. He gonna be prophesying, man. It's like a movie, man. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be like a movie. You know, it's gonna be like a movie, man. He gonna have a double portion. You know, one in west. You know, it's all gonna be. You know, he gonna be back. You know, people gonna be drawn in. It's the power. King David gonna be by him. It's gonna be like with Moses, Aaron. Like Moses said about to Moses, I have made thee a goddess of Pharaoh, and Aaron our brother a prophet. You know, it's gonna be like that, man. Ultimately, Elder Ahrayah, Samuel, he gonna pass it down to David, and then it's gonna go from one west to the tabernacle. But that's because that's what it is. The Lord said that day when I raise up the tabernacle of David, and I can get more. Into that, but you know, time will fail me, man. I'll have to make that another video. But I just had to touch up on that, showing you why do I believe, you know, why do I perceive that through through the Spirit. Why I believe that the Spirit is revealing, the Most High is revealing that. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father and the Son is revealing that to me. Where am I getting this from, man? You see, Sirach 46:20, and after his death, he prophesied. And when I heard about last week, him dying, I immediately thought about this scripture. I was like, and I was like, well, I perceive that, he died. And I was like, maybe I got it mixed up. Well, I was like, now, maybe I didn't get it mixed up. Maybe the Lord do got him alive for, him to witness the rising of the real King David and the power and the miracles and the ministry being elevated, right? And him saying one West, all the divisions and the splits, them come back together under who? Under him and King David. And then it been changed to the tabernacle, man. You see? And then he was saying, him fulfilling, him prophesying, him doing what he's doing, and then ultimately, the Most High pretty much just take him up. You see? That's what I was thinking. Pretty much that's when he'll pass it on down to pretty much David. You see? But it'll have that nice, just like Samuel, that nice handoff. Samuel told Saul, look, David gonna be the one. Not you, David is the one. And David did that after he did what? After he came back from the Saul wanted to bring him back from the dead. Guess what he prophesied? That's what it's going to. Sirach 46:20. And after his death, he prophesied and shoot the king is in. Who is that king? He's King Saul. Told King Saul that tomorrow thy and thy sons shall be with me. Meaning they gonna be dead. He shoot him is in. Y'all gonna be delivering the hand of the Philistines. Right? And lifted up his voice from the earth from prophecy. Told him what? David, go be the one. Even our neighbor, the Lord have taken it, rend the kingdom from you and give it to one that's better. Yea, even our neighbor, even David, right? To blot out the wickedness of the people. And that's what it be. The Lord have given him a witness, a leader, and a commander to the people, man. And Samuel going, Ahrayah, he gonna pass that to King David, man. From one to west, one to west, all right, where it said where it said to them that they were not his people. There should be said they are sons of the living God. And that should be numbered, the sand of the sea shall not be numbered. The children of Judah and the children of Israel shall be gathered together, and they shall point themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, and great shall be the day of Israel. That's the tabernacle. So it'll go from one west to the tabernacle, man. And it makes sense. You see, it makes sense, man. And Ahrayah, he's going to be, that's why I believe the Most High had him alive for that. But I was like, damn, so I started to get worried, heart fainted, but we got some good news. So it ain't all hope went lost, and all you niggas that was bad talking him like a really, he like, look, judgment gonna start at the house. It's evident why judgment must begin at there, the circumcision. And it's gonna start with you, Gorilla Hebrew, and I can see why the Most High Yahweh Shai gave me that dream. I can see why, I ain't gonna say I can see why the Most High gave me that dream, but I can see why, I can see why that dream would come to pass. Put it like that. I can see why that dream would come to pass, because the Most High allowing you to build that tab. Now the Most High give us dreams and visions. We don't really know his ways, but I can see in the dream, like stuff like your judgment. I can see why that happening. If you talking about a man, the man probably ain't even dead. Like I said, let this be true. He ain't even dead, because it's either he dead or not. People say, well, don't know. That means he ain't dead then. Let your yay be yay and nay be this. So I'm gonna say he ain't. I'm gonna say if it ain't, man, at Ahrayah, he's still alive, man. Especially if the man said he was on the phone with him and said it's all a lie. All that. You can hear it's him like you picture him saying it's a lie. It's a lie. The elder Ahrayah, Most High probably had a spit fire. It's a lie. It's a lie. I'm well alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. And this might put that fire on elder Ahrayah to really come back. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we don't know what the Most High got prepared or what the Most High got going on with elder Ahrayah. The Most High probably told elder Ahrayah to hold his course, because like the Most High told Ezekiel, go into the house and I'll make thee no more reprover to the people. And you read about that at Ezekiel the 3rd chapter. Most High tell, so we don't know how, Most High probably told what elder Ahrayah what he supposed to do. You niggas, what I'm saying? Elder Ahrayah probably know what time he supposed to come back and do all. We don't know. So you people, that's why I say examine before that I rebuke. Here you have, you saying this man died, he was a false prophet, and this man can very well still be alive. That's why I said you niggas is fuck. That's why I said, now let this be true. And all you niggas out there that was bad mouthing his name, that's your ass. You see? All you niggas, that's why all you niggas that got that quick jump that tried to get that was getting off on Ahrayah Pass, man, the Most High gonna get you niggas, man. The Most High, y'all about Shema Shah gonna fucking get you niggas. Reaches again, Sirach 46:20, and after his death, he prophesied and shoot the king is in and lifted up his voice from the earth in prophecy to blot the wickedness of the people. You know, teacher one was Ahrayah. And yeah, now you know, the Spirit speaketh expressly, man. The Lord shows signs and signals, and I believe this was I believe the day after or the day of when I was at work, and pretty much this is not my job to put on stickers on boxes, but I put food in the boxes, and if the person and if somebody is doing something or somebody not doing their job, or if they lollygag or whatever, they stepped off, I have to know where the food goes. So I step in and get the stickers and put it on the box so I know what the food going in. So I don't. So this is what I got. I took a picture of it. It's the receipt sticker tag, and I don't normally look at the receipt sticker tag. What I'm looking at is the sticker. Like you see, it said 1 boxes. So like it'll have 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, or 10 boxes, 5 boxes. So let's say if it had 5 boxes, 6, 3, or 4 boxes, right? 4 boxes, it'll have 4 stickers. So what kind of food it is, it's on each box. So we got 4 boxes. So we have this specific food on this box, this specific food, this box, and that's all. And that'll be one order. You know, the boxes tell you how many boxes. That's all one order because it had one order. As you know, the receipt sticker, which I got in my hand, which I took a picture of. So I'm looking at the food. Like it's this. I'm looking at that. So it tell me the size. It's a 14-inch box, 12-inch box, 11.5-inch box. This type of box. So I put that on the box, and then you got the receipt. You know, you got the last receipt. You know, that's not no food because it just had a name, the number, the amount, how much they paid, and the number of boxes on it, and it's the order, and it had the order number. You see the order number on the right, and then you got the one in the high. That. So I don't necessarily, so I was doing that, and so I happened to look at this receipt sticker. It said Sam. I'm like, man, that's the Spirit. And that was, what I'm saying, because I don't normally look at it, because that's only my job to put the sticker on the boxes. Because I'm putting the food in the box. I got to hurry up and do this. But I happened to look at it, I'm like, yo. So that was like Samuel, just 1 box, because it was just 1 box. So I happened to look at it, like, damn. So I took a picture, like, that's the Spirit, man. It's somehow, in January, a month ago, it was revealed to me. Like, I finally figured out who Samuel was. Proceed through the Spirit. It was Ahrayah. Fit him perfectly. I'm like, man. And then a month later, all this stuff happening. Ahrayah was the talk of the town, and this, Samuel, like, this is Spirit because it's like literally, yo. And then the next time I was at work, I happened to look at a receipt. Receipt sticker tag again, and the first one I look at, the first one was Bethlehem Kiffle. Bethlehem, that's the Spirit. The Spirit speaks expressly. Bethlehem Kiffle. So Samuel Bethlehem. We know what that's about. 1 Samuel 16 chapter. The Most High told Samuel to go to Bethlehem. All right, to anoint the man after the Most High's own heart. King David, the man. The Most High was going to set up his house to rule over Israel forever, the tabernacle of David. You see? So, that's the Spirit, and if you're kiffle is a type of bread. And, with Bethlehem means the house of bread. Bayaf Lakam means the house of bread. So that's the Spirit, Bethlehem Kiffle, man. You can't make this up, Samuel and Bethlehem Kiffle. All right, so that's the Spirit, man. This ain't a coincidence. The Spirit speaketh expressly. The Spirit speaketh expressly, man. And it's hard, man. That's heavy. You see? So some carnal nigga, this might not be, but if you in the Spirit, you can perceive these things. And like I said, man, spiritual gets spiritual. So all you so let's just be so let Ahrayah still be alive, and let him very well be the prophet Samuel in the reincarnation, the regeneration, and it'll be like you niggas out there, you talking about a man, Lord, this man done great works in this life and in his past lives, and you said all this shit about him. The Most High gonna fucking get you niggas, man. It's like you literally talking about a man. You talking about Ahrayah, the man who the Most High set up to issue out to wake up our people, to issue out the milk that we may grow thereby, the sincere milk of the word that we may grow thereby, what the Most High set up. All right, because we was the people that was lost. We lost our heritage. The Most High set Ahrayah to bring us back. One of those foundation pieces as as a pillar. And you talking crazy about the man. So what is the Most High gonna do to you? Let me get Matthew 12. Matthew 12, man. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy word thou shalt be justified, and by thy word thou shalt be condemned. Right, so a lot of you guys are gonna be a lot of you guys are set for this condemnation. Let me get that. Are set for the condemnation, for this condemnation. Tell you that. That's why it's best to close your mouth. Preordained for this. Jude 1. I'm starting at 3. Jude 1 and 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye shall earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. For there are certain men crept in unawares, which were before of old ordained to this condemnation. Ungodly men turning the grace of our power to lasciviousness, and denying the only power in our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believe not. Right? And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he had reserved in the everlasting chains on the darkness until the judgment of the great day. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah, the cities about them, in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Likewise, also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities. You see, that's what he going into it. So that's you guys, man. You see, likewise, also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil dignities. And Ahrayah is one of those dignities that the Most High set up. The Most High literally got him as a foundation of peace to pass it on down to David. That's what Samuel did. Isn't that's what Samuel did? The Most High commanded Samuel to anoint King David. Samuel set up a kingdom, all right, and then he ended up passing on, all right. But it was pretty much shortly after. It wasn't too long. It was a little while, but shortly after, because what it was, because Samuel told Saul, look, tomorrow you and your son gonna be with me. And so that when that happened, David, what it was, David was like, where should I go? Most I told David to go to Hebron. Then David was king of Hebron in Judah for 7 years and 6 months. And then after that, he became king over all Israel. Right? So literally, after 7 years past the King Saul dying, King David was king of all Israel. All right, so, and it don't tell you how long the time spent between Samuel and Saul, because Samuel died before Saul. So Samuel passed, and then, probably, I don't know, probably like a year or 2 years, or under a year. So we could say probably after 7 years after Samuel passed, setting up the throne of David over all Israel, David ruling in Jerusalem, starting. after them 7 years and 6 months in Hebron, he went to Jerusalem. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, Samuel, which I believe Ahrayah, is one of those dignities, man. And you niggas, like I says, 50 likewise also these 50 dreamers, defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil dignities. You know, let me get another one. Is it? Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, yet Michael the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body, durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuked thee. Right, so even Michael the archangel, the chief archangel, didn't even bring an accusation against Satan. All right, the chief left hand angel. He didn't say, oh, you did this. He just said, the Lord rebuked thee. All right, because he was sent by the Most High to make sure to guard the body of Moses, to make sure that Satan don't get a hold of him and try to, you know, pretty much use it to make Israel go off as a stumbling block and set it up as an idol, to where ultimately the Most High is just gonna fucking destroy Israel. You know, it was gonna get bad, but you know what I'm saying? You see, Moses was like, that's why the scriptures don't lie. The Lord said, I have raised thee up into Pharaoh as a god, and our brother Aaron as a prophet. Hey, Moses was that dude, man. You know, splitting the Red Sea, bringing them 10 plagues, bringing up people out of Egypt, splitting the Red Sea, and then, you know, giving them the dispensation of the law from the angels. You know, come on, man. Verse 10, but these speak evil of things which they know not. Right, so basically, he making a point, Michael the archangel, he knows Satan wicked. You know what I'm saying? He trying to do this and this and this. Basically, he's saying Satan was trying to use Moses' body, trying to pretty much help Israel find it, tell them where they know where it's at, so they can use it, so he can make Israel go off and use a stumbling block and set Moses' carcass, you know, his tomb, his dead body, and set up as an idol. But Michael the archangel, they was wrestling and tussling. He had to pretty much rebuke Satan, make him, you know, stop him from doing it. And which he know, that's why the Most High sent him down. Michael the archangel knew he was trying to do that. But Michael the archangel didn't bring up that accusation against him. He just said the Lord rebuked thee. Why did he say the Lord rebuked? Because the Most High sent Michael the archangel to rebuke him, to stop Satan, man. You know? Michael the archangel already knew what was going on, because he was sent by the Most High, Yahweh Shema Rashad, to stop Satan. But he didn't even bring that accusation again. All he said was the Most High rebuked thee. But he making a point to where these niggas, Judas making a point where these niggas, they don't even know what's going on, but they speaking evil of shit. Right? Verse 10, but these speak evil of those things which they know not. But it says, but what they know naturally as brute beasts. So what they just see, that's why Howard Shah said what? Let me get that. Can't make this up, man. Make sure my mic on. Can't make this up. John 7:24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Right. That's why it says, but they know naturally, meaning fleshly. You see? Jude 1 and 10. But these speak evil of things which they know not, but what they know naturally. Right? Judge not according to the appearance. You naturally mean you judge, but you know naturally according to the appearance, what it may seem like to the flesh. That's why Scripture say we walk by faith, not by sight. Right? But what they know naturally as brute beasts, and those things they corrupt themselves. Right? Woe unto them. Check this out. This is real. This coming up. Woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain and ran greedily after error of Balaam. Who is Balaam today? I believe Balaam is vocabulary. Vocab alone. This gotta be the prophet Balaam coming back, because he definitely in that spirit, man. And I put that. And the brother agreed. I said, by the way, it's what pop up. I said, by the way, through the spirit I perceive vocab alone to be Balaam and the reincarnation coming back. It just makes sense to me. And the brother Reason Preserve 444, that's brother Daniel Island, he put may well be out, he defo in that spirit. He see it too. And other brother, if they look at it, they search it out, they'll see it, they'll receive it. You know, because vocab alone, this nigga, he got hella, like, look, man, if you on it, like I'm gonna put it like this, if Vocab Malone on the street, he not no regular person. If you know, like I'm saying, like if he walk past an Israelite camp, he not no average Mojo Joe. This nigga, he knows some shit. He knows stuff. He know he know the origins of pretty much the Valley of the Dry Bones, the spirit of the waking us up. He know the history. He know the doctrine. He know that we believe, for the most part, on a general scale, that we believe Elder Bivens is Elijah the prophet. That there was believed that Elder Mashal was King David. That the year 2000 prophecy, the seven head. He know all of that, man. You know, he know about the different camps, the different splits, the different elders who were started with, you know, their names. He know the most part for the doctrine. This dude, he been on the streets, standing up against many different camps, from GMS to Sakari, to you name it, to what it was, to One Body. All right. Yo, man, we just seen this guy that been around. You know, he's definitely set up. He's definitely paid and bought. This is definitely Balaam coming back, man. Because if you look at Balaam, did a diligent search. The Mosai pretty much was educating Balaam and telling him, look, you can't curse these people, man. These people are blessed. You know, and ultimately the Mosai gave Balaam a vision, put him in the transit, pretty much showed him the end. And Balaam came to the conclusion that these people are you know, these the people of the Lord. You know, Israelite, children of Israel. And that's ultimately what Vocab Malone with this guy.
First,
That's ultimately what this guy, he ultimately comes to the conclusion. He gonna see it firsthand, man. But this Balaam, man. Vocab Malone it just makes sense. And I perceive that through the spirit. That was yesterday. You know, when this came out, like, man, this what's wrong? You know, because this dude, he obsessed with Israel. Like, this dude, he ain't know, like, he can, like, literally, he can do some damn, like, if the Most High wanted to be set up like that, he can be set up to steer people away from the truth, because this nigga, he dangerous. He got a lot of knowledge, man. What even like a lot of other people in Israel, you beginners and a lot of you stuff you don't know. This nigga know it. This nigga plugged in. He got other people working for him. This nigga able to find who Elder Bivens' great grandson is. Like, this nigga is plugged in on some different type of shit. So through the spirit, I perceive this to be Balaam, man. It makes sense. But that's the spirit now. This coming out. Jude 1:11. Warned to them, for they have gone the way of Cain and ran greedily after the heir of Balaam. Now, greedily mean because Balaam was a false. He was a prophet on the left hand side. That was bought and paid for by Balak, because that was the king of Moab. He was pretty much the head runner for trying to curse Israel, put spells and enchantments and curses and divinations on the children of Israel to pretty much to ultimately try to get them to go off and destroy them. Because what that was, yeah. That's what it was. Because that was they tried to get a chief left-hand prophet to curse Israel, and that was Balaam. Salaka, that was Balaam. You know, Balak, the king of Moab, was the chief runner of paying Balaam, because Balaam had sent some honorable men to him, and then the Lord said, you can't curse these people. And he said, I can't do it. And then Balak sent even more honorable men than they, with riches and stuff. And then, ultimately he folded. He got, he gave in to the money. He said, all right, I'm gonna do it. And that's how I believe who this guy Vocab. And ultimately, I believe Vocab, he gonna get even bigger and bigger. As long as his ministry rise and get bigger and bigger. Vocab is the spokesman for the left hand side. He dealing with with the Christians, the Christianity, pretty much everything that they can heap up that can come up against the truth. They're gonna roll with it. They're gonna roll with the punches, man. The leaders to do, and that's who I believe. It makes sense that Vocab Malone would be Balaam, and Vocab, he know the truth, man. He know that what's going on, man, with Israel and us being sick. We know, we the people, the Jews. Why you think this nigga so much? Why you think he's so in it? It's just his whole persona. Eric, he know, man. That's Balaam, man. He know, man. He know, man. You know, he's so fascinated. That's Balaam. It says, read this again from the top. Jude 1:11, warned to them, for they had gone the way of Cain and ran greedily after the heir of Balaam for reward and perished in the gainsaying of Korah. Right? These are spots in your feast of charity when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit is withered, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots, raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame. You know, a lot of you guys foaming at the mouth, right? Wandering stars to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. There you have it, man. You know, let me get 2 Peter. 2 Peter 2. Talking about the same thing. 2 Peter 2:10, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil or demons. That's speaking about all you guys that try to get they wanted to get you they wanted to get you quick release on Elder Ahrayah. When he come on the past, I'm like, yeah, when was Elder Ahrayah, yeah, talking about, yeah, he a false prophet, and Elder Ahrayah, see, he died, and yeah, the third chapter false prophecy, and Ahrayah, there's really, Hebrew said there's more hope for Zaya Wade than if Elder Ahrayah. You know what I'm saying? That Elder Ahrayah, he gonna be saved, and there's no repentance for him in this world or the next. Basically trying to make Elder Ahrayah seem like an Edomite. So the Most High gonna get you niggas, man. You know, the Most High about to get you niggas. All right, he says, despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed, they are not afraid to speak evil or dignities. Whereas angels, which are greater than power and might, bring out railing accusation against them before the Lord. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things that they understand not. And that's the fulfilling of the scripture right here. And this is a scary thing. This is a scary thing. A lot of you guys don't know what's going on, but a lot you guys are fulfilling this scripture right now. Right now. Here you have it. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. They shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they count it pleasure to riot in that daytime. Spots are they, and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings, while they feast with you, having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls. In a heart they have exercised with covetous practices. Cursed children, which have forsaken the right way, and are going astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Bozor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumbass, speaking with a man's voice, forbade the madness of the prophet. These are wells without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the midst of darkness is reserved forever. Right? For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they are lured through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness. Those that were clean escape from who live in error, while they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption, for of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. You see? For if after they have escaped the pollution of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. For it had been better for them to not have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. What did it happen? Unto them, according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and his soul is washed to her wallowing in the mire. So there you have it. And that's you guys fulfilling this scripture right here. You know, the man wasn't even dead. You didn't even do a diligent search to see if this whole scripture say, let me get that scripture. You know, this is what scripture say in Ahrayah. This is why you gotta do a diligent search. You gotta make sure, all right, it is what it is, man. You know, especially when it comes to speaking on the dead, or somebody's dead, or somebody's, you can't play with that. Now you speaking ill of somebody. You say, "Hi." So now at Ahrayah, it's like, man, it's like, so the most I see what y'all niggas did. All right, the most I saw, okay, you know, I'm telling you, man, it's not looking good for you guys. Sirach 11 and 6. Many mighty men have been greatly disgraced. A lot of you guys just didn't come, a lot of you guys didn't consider, right? A lot of you guys did not consider. Sirach 11:6. Many mighty men have been greatly disgraced, and the honorable delivered into other men's hand. Verse 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. Right? Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. My son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And a lot of you guys are not going to be innocent. Starting with Guerrilla Hebrew, man. All right, Guerrilla Hebrew, Come Your Call, Ahrayah, Diaphor Carr, all right, the fake King David, Dean Clavid, all right, and a lot of you guys, most are gonna start dropping you guys off, man, one by one, getting judged, bam, 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 and Guerrilla Hebrew, man, he might have a worse judgment out of all of y'all. Most of them had a breach upon, and if that's how his judgment gonna be, during the Most High game, that's his that's vision. Something, you know what I'm saying? We all gonna see, but like Guerrilla Hebrew, the one said Ahrayah, Come Your Call, the 11th hour, the separate came 11th hour prophet. All right, when he said the One West false prophecy 3rd chapter, pretty much call it Ahrayah false prophet, and that's basically that whole video was about. That he wasn't a man, you know what I'm saying? And what else? Ahrayah. He said, you guys said Come Your Call, Ahrayah, Diaphor Carr, the Bug Out Clan, you New Covenant niggas. All right, the Most High gonna kill you niggas, man. The Most High gonna fucking kill all you niggas, man. All right, that's what you niggas, that's what you fucking niggas get, man. So you talking about you a bad mouth. You was bad mouthing a man name, and he had the man ain't even dead. The man still alive. The Most High gonna fucking kill you niggas, man. Y'all about Shema to fucking kill you niggas. All right, the Most High y'all about Shema to fucking kill you niggas, man. All right, and this not a fucking game. Sirach 11:10. My son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not attain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. All right, and there you have it, man. So vocab Malone, you got Balaam. Yeah, man, it just makes sense. This Balaam, and then Samuel. It ain't his time to go yet, man. We got work to do. Elder Ahrayah, Samuel, Bethlehem, Kifl. Kifl was just a spirit. Kifl was a type of bread. And Bethlehem, the word Bethlehem means what? House of bread. And that's the what? That's the hometown of King David. That's what the Most High told Samuel to go. He told him to go to Bethlehem for have prepare the king among the sons of Jesse. Matter of fact, let me get that. I'm gonna end with that. And like I said, the Most High about to fucking kill all you niggas that was bad mouth and Elder Ahrayah. The Most High about to kill you niggas, man. 1 Samuel 16:1. And Yahweh said unto Samuel, how long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thy horn with oil and go. I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons. Now, you're talking about King David, who's King Saul? Through the Spirit, I perceive who King Saul is. For the respect for the elder, I don't want to say it, because I don't, it's just somebody I'd rather not say it, The elder, he's not alive. So, he ain't alive, but I perceive it and it just makes sense. And this makes sense that why Elder Ahrayah is, that whole ordeal, that whole split, and why Elder Ahrayah is in the state he's in right now, is just like he's in this state, 1 Samuel 16:1. And Yahweh said unto Samuel, how long without mourn for Saul? The whole year 2000, and the whole split, and then the whole passing in 1999. It just makes sense. You know, everybody want to talk about King David, this type of who's King Saul, who the house of Saul. You know, who you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to talk about who's Samuel, who's this. You know, nobody wants. But he's alive. Nobody want to talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. You know, like I said, King Saul came and he passed. He's gone, and it's a reflection of, you know, now we live in that whole mess. The mess now, and the Most High is gonna pretty much fix it up. You know, through David, you know, and that's why Samuel thought it was supposed to be Saul, but no, it's actually David. You know, but if you got spiritual ears to hear, then you can hear. All right, 1 Samuel 16:1, and Yahweh said to Samuel, "How long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thy horn with oil, and go, and I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons." Verse 2, and Samuel said, "How can I go? If Saul hear it, he will kill me." Right, and see, you still got the men of Saul, King Saul, but you still got the men of King Saul here. You know that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, kind of makes sense. Even if you go watch that video, IUIC, they said, is the one where Elder Ahrayah still alive, and then Asa was kind of going into how Tazadakia was, like how he was trying to strong arm brothers, like even what it was, Apostle Gabar going into how they was going into it. What it was, Tazadakia and his men with the ICJC, they would roll up and strong arm brothers and beat them up. And that was before what it was. The apostles going there. They was talking about how the apostles weren't there, but the men that was with them, they was there before. You know, setting up camp before they got there. They rolled up and beat up on their men. And Deacon Asa was talking about how he was. So pretty much, he was doing that. So how you think he was doing that to Elder Ahrayah? You see, that's why Sirach 11 says what it says, man, because you don't know. It says and many mighty men were delivered to other men's hands. We don't know if Elder Ahrayah was delivered into Tazadaki's hand. That's why Asa had a good point. He said, you just see that video, Elder Ahrayah, he said, "I'm so glad," because we don't know what kind of stress the man was, strenuous strain the man was under. You know, if he would, you know, if he had, we don't know. You know, we said, "I'm so glad the comforter is here." But like you said, after that, you'd never see the man teaching or nothing. It just, he played it back, and Tazadaki and those wicked men, that was, you know, Tazadaki was taxing the church, taxing the church doing tithes 20%. That's why, you know, and he was tax evasion. That's why Mosai ultimately killed that nigga, man. Jermaine Grant, the one they talking about, he was the God sent comforter. Mosai killed that nigga, man. And Deacon Asa, he had a good point, man. He said, you don't see Elder Ahrayah. After that, you don't even see him teaching, doing nothing. You know, he had pretty much, they pushed him in the back. They strong-armed him, man. They made him hush. So pretty much, we don't know the whole situation. So all you niggas that's bad talking, man, most I'm gonna fucking kill you niggas, man. You see, that's why I says, Simpson said, "How can I go? Saul here and he will kill me." So, like I said, let's go about Sirach 11. Man, most I'm gonna fucking kill you niggas, man. Talking that shit. Sirach 11 and 6. Many mighty men have been greatly disgraced and honorable in honorable living to other men's hands. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. For all you fucking niggas, the most I'm gonna fucking kill you niggas. And that's why the apostles, Apostle Jude and Apostle Peter, that's why in the epistles they were saying that, man. These as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things they understand not. And that was ordained for this condemnation, man. You niggas was ordained for this condemnation. 1 Samuel 16 and 1. And Yahweh said to Samuel, "How long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thy horn with oil and go, and I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons." All right, verse 2. And Samuel said, "How can I go? If Saul hear it, he will kill me." And Yahweh said, "Take an heifer with thee, and say, I am come to sacrifice to Yahweh. And Jesse and call Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will shew thee what thou shalt do. And thou shalt anoint unto me him whom I name unto thee." Verse 4, and Samuel did that which Yahweh spake and came to Bethlehem. So they, that's that whole ordeal, man. Right? Come on, man. So and King David about to be risen up. All right? Oh, man. First Samuel 16:4, and Samuel did that which Yahweh spake and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming and said, comest thou peaceably? And he said, peaceably. I am coming to sacrifice to Yahweh. Sanctify yourselves and come with me to the sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons and called them to the sacrifice. Right? And it came to pass when they were come that he looked on Eliab and said, surely Yahweh's anointed is before him. But Yahweh said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance. So Samuel got it wrong. It wasn't him. Right? But Yahweh said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For Yahweh seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but Yahweh looketh on the heart. Then Jesse called Abinadab and made him pass before Samuel, and he said, neither have Yahweh chosen this. Then Jesse made Shammah to pass by, and he said, neither have Yahweh chosen this. And again, Jesse made 7 of his sons pass before Samuel, and Samuel said, Jesse, Yahweh have not chosen these. And Samuel said unto Jesse, are here all thy children? And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. Right, so pretty much they wasn't going to eat the sacrifice until Samuel come to do what he came to do. And that anoint, and that's anoint David king over Israel instead of King Saul. That's why it says in Sirach 47, David was chosen out of that, because that's all. That's a spirit. That's why the Lord had made Samuel pretty much just say that you're going to sacrifice that. Sacrifice meaning that they'll slay that whatever type of animal it was, whether it's a lamb or a goat, a bullock, ox. They'll slay it. And then, offer up to the Lord, and then they'll eat it. They'll bless the name of the Lord, and they'll eat it. That's the sacrifice. So that's what it means. But we will not sit down until he come hither. They're not gonna eat at the sacrifice. If they did sacrifice now, same as a Levite, he about to anoint somebody as king. That's what the whole sacrifice was about. That's why I tell you that in let's get Sirach. Oh man. Sirach 47 and 1. And after him rose up Nathan the prophet on the time of David, as the fat taken away from the peace offering, so was David chosen out of the children of Israel. Right, so there was that peace offering sacrifice. There you go. Right. 1 Samuel 16 and 7. But Yahweh sent to Samuel. No, verse 8. No, verse 11. 11. And Samuel said to Jesse, are here all thy children? And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said to Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down until he come hither. Verse 12, and he was sent and brought him in. Now he was ready. So David didn't even get invited to the sacrifice. Let's go to Sirach real quick. So David wasn't even considered, man. Even on that scale. Being considered to meet the prophet Samuel, because prophet Samuel was the prophet of that time. That's why I tell you, and after him, Nathan rose the prophesy. I tell you that Nathan was the eminent prophet during the time of David. But that's the spirit, man. Let me go to Sirach. Sirach 11, same chapter, Sirach 11, and 2. Command not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance. The bee is little among such as a flower, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things. Boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt thyself in a day of honor, for the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have worn a crown, and that's King David. He was never thought of by his family members, especially not his father. All right, especially not among Israel. That King David came from nothing, man. Out of Bethlehem. Say how Ahrayah come out of Bethlehem, the smallest among Judah. But out of that, try to governor come forth. That's talking about Ahrayah. Ahrayah come from Bethlehem. Out of the house, the lineage of David. Right? Sirach 11:5. Many can't sit down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have worn a crown. And that's King David. So the person that you don't even think of, that you never thought, it never crossed your mind. All right, that's who the Most High wants. That's who the Most High is dealing with. That's who the Most High is called. All right, the Most High chose the weak things to confound the strong. You see, the simple things to confound the wise. The babes, the young, the strippers, out of the scripture, out of the mouth of babes and sucklings, had the Most High ordained strength. Has hidden these things from the wise and prudent. Come on, man. All right. The Most High chooses the worms. Like it says, Jacob, fear not thy worm, Jacob, for I will help thee. Right? Oh, man, it's beautiful. 1 Samuel 16 and 12. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ready with all of a beautiful countenance and goodly to look to. And Yahweh said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the spirit of Yahweh came upon David from that day forward. So came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. But the spirit of Yahweh departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from Yahweh troubled him. So there you go. You know? And this all gonna happen. It's gonna happen again, through the spirit. Not exactly, but through the spirit. But yeah, man. So Elder Ahrayah set up, to do that. Head of One West. Because literally, that's literally. Niggas want to talk about who's the leader and who's actually the number one leader, the elder on the earth for the Most High God. People talking about it as Apostle Tar. No, it's not. It's Elder Ahrayah. The man, like the man said in the video, it's all a lie. It's a lie. I'm still alive. So guess what? The Most High have Elder Ahrayah to do something, because Apostle Tar ain't doing it. Apostle Tar is claiming, he's still on that oath. He's saying King Mashah is King David. They continue on in that doctrine or that false lie. When clearly they know in the scriptures what the prophecy of David, of Yahweh Shah said, upon this rock will I build my church, and the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and the power coming, and David being a witness and leading the command to the people. All right, they shall appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land. Was that a coincidence that Elder Mashah died in 1999, and that prophecy, that doctrine was pushed to the 2000? And that, what I'm saying, the Most High pretty much make the point that no, that he's not, what I'm saying? When these guys still continue on, what I'm saying? They, no. Elder Ahrayah is the prophet Samuel, and David is about to be risen up now. All right? And that show you who really the head guy, who really the top prophet of wise men, because the Most High about to bring Elder Ahrayah back, restore him, and make him better. This time he's gonna have a double portion, and people gonna see that. And the power, and King David gonna be risen up, and that spiritual power gonna be working. And everybody then, that's when, because you're gonna have it, and it makes sense. Because you had this nigga, fucking fake ass comforter, Thomas doctor, which is BS. That whole BS, but the Most High gonna have it to where Samuel and David, you're gonna see the dynamic duo. You see the prophet Samuel, the old wisdom, the elder with the wisdom, and you had a young man, King David, because King David was a young man. Even when he started ruling, he was 30. When he ruled over Judah, 37 when he ruled over all Israel. 15 when he got anointed. 16 when he slayed Goliath. And then his years of 20s, he served in the army. And he served in the army for Saul. He set up as a captain, a son-in-law. Living them years, then he was on a run. And at 30, he got the throne of Judah in Hebron. 7 years, 6 months later, he got the throne of the 12 tribes in Jerusalem, Israel. So, the top person really on the earth is Elder Ahrayah. When they come to eldership, now God, the GMS, because they in GMS, they say Apostle Tar. It's Elder Ahrayah. It's the prophet Samuel, man. It's Elder Ahrayah. All right, and people gonna see that. You're gonna see Elder Ahrayah Prophet Samuel, and you're gonna see whoever King David, you're gonna see King David, and he gonna have that power. And that's gonna be on the one west. You got one west, you're gonna have the tabernacle, man. Also to me, one west is gonna change to the tabernacle. Because Ahrayah, he gonna pass it on, it's gonna be his time to leave, and he gonna pass it on down to King David, and that's ultimately gonna be, you know what I'm saying? This is how it's gonna be. And people can see it, and people who don't, they don't. It's not meant for them to see it. You know, but for you guys that was bad mouthing his name, that's y'all ass. Judgment is knocking at the door. Like I'm saying, Gorilla Hebrew. We already know Vocab Malone, he gonna get his judge. That's Bala'am. But Gorilla Hebrew, all right? Gorilla Hebrew, Kam Mikal, Ahrayah, Dayak Bakar. Those are 4 guys that I saw that spoke bad about him. All the rest, et cetera, all the rest of you guys that had something bad to say, you know, that was calling him names, whatever. Remember, the Most High see it all, and every outer word, thou shalt give a day account their judgment of. So with that, giving up praise to Yahweh, Bashima, Shabbat, Shukra, Kodash, Yahweh, Bashima, Shabbat, for elect, and peace, blessings, salutations, house of the elect, DT, to America, Baba, Soon, come out, Shalom, Shalom, man, Shalom.